Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Monster Train Random Run. Random Run. Random. If we get Wormkin, we get Wormkin. If not, we don't. That's the deal. We actually got Awoken Melting. It's the different champion from the Awoken deck, so I'll accept it. I'll take it. We also have Spike Bramble-Ash, which I would love to be able to build into. Sap. Awoken Melting. How the heck do you deal with Awoken Melting? At least we have Regen and Whiplash to help keep burnout units alive is pretty good. This is kind of an interesting start, honestly. So I would love... I don't know what I would love. Let's go here first. Whenever you play a spell that would ascend or descend, apply daze to extinguish abilities, trigger an additional time. Hell yes. You know what that means? Oh yes, we're gonna have an army, also called a legion. Spikes, spikes, spikes. Revenge Cultivate. Whoa, 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 whoa. They changed the champion? Since when did they change the champion? Hold on, I gotta look at that now. I'm very curious. Revenge, cultivate 1, draw 1 each turn. What the heck is cultivation? Also, that's a lot of health, 160, but I guess that was always the healthiest one. Increase the attack and health of the friendly unit with the lowest health by the cultivate value. So whenever the sentient takes damage, it buffs a unit with the lowest health by +1, +1, +2, +2, or +3, +3, and you only get +1 card draw each turn, not +1 card on revenge. So they did change this sentient. Very interesting. That might be worth trying out, but I also like having... how many artifacts are there that we can pick up? Just the one? Lots of options for Divine Temples. I'm not gonna go for the gold. I don't think that's worth it for 10 pack shards. But I wanted to go spikes because we have Bramble-Ash. Bramble-Ash is an interesting one. They made that change before the DLC. It's not that great in my experience, says Word Gurg. I guess I just never played with the change. But it seems interesting though, to buff a friendly unit. The problem is that if your champion's not getting hit a lot, if you're killing units, then you don't get the value of the buff, you just get +1 card draw on a tank. And having a tank is good. If you have something like torches, maybe you can torch your sentient and then buff the stats that way. But ideally you want to be killing the units if you have that sentient, I think, because you don't get value out of the revenge anymore. From card draw, you only get +1 card draw, but also the cultivation is kind of interesting nonetheless. It's very interesting, I don't know. I'll have to, play around with it, I think. Do we have any way of killing a unit on the top floor? I mean, I could put down a unit. I think we'll just start like this. I'm sure we'll get a unit. I was gonna say, just to kill you. There you go. Thank you, Ember Drain. +10 Burnout 2 or Restores. I guess we'll do this. You're gonna live, but you're also gonna take a lot of damage. Our champion also is gonna take a lot of damage. You get a damage shield on kill. That'll kill you. We'll put down... I'm not gonna put down a drag. We're gonna draw some units. I'll put down... I'm not even gonna put down a drag. I'm just gonna heal. I do need more health. But that's what the saps are for. You're gonna die when you hit me, so I need to sap, restore, and then if we put a drag in the front, it'll tank the shot from the boss, and then if we put a drag in the back, it does more damage. Beautiful. We finally got value out of those consumer stores. They're very good, I like having them. I need to make them, cheaper and have spell chain on it. Another consume regen. What's our Seraph? Sap? That doesn't bother me. Razor Sharp Edge though, such a good card. I think I'm gonna go Razor Sharp. If we get an Animus, we're gonna love having that card. And Entombed Explosive is also very interesting because it will be triggered twice. Multi-strike 1, burnout 1 if you merge it into something else. Man, that's very good. I do like the idea of maybe building into some sort of Extinguish build. I hate this because these are all great cards. The Entombed Explosive is very good with our Waxer Snuffer. The Draft is just a good unit, very receptive to the 2 Wicklashes we have in the deck, and if we get Reform, we can bring them back, and they're a high-powered unit. I think for right now, though, I'm gonna go with the Draft. Burnout, Harvest, Multi-Strike 2. And this is exactly what I wanted, is the Animus, because now that we've taken Razor Sharp, we can build a Razor Sharp Animus that's gonna do a lot of damage, I hope. Although I should have looked at the unit essences, because I was kind of curious. We will go for the artifact. The question is, are we gonna do unit or spell upgrades? We're gonna do unit upgrades because we wanna buff our Animus. Large Stone Animus, almost certainly. And there was the upgrade for Burnout. I did take the Draft, so the Burnout upgrade is gonna go on them immediately. We'll check this out though. Spells get an extra upgrade slot. When played, a champion gains 50% health, or Conscription Notice, get a random unit. I like all of this, but I think you want the bonus health on the champion. It's a tank. Now it's gonna have 45 health, and when it at max level, it's gonna have an extra 50% off of whatever it has. So that's like beautiful. Thorn Hollow, Animus of Speed. Another tank could be okay. Ooh, wow. Although just putting this in the Animus of Will would be amazing. Plus 15, plus 15. Spikes 10, not so much. We could also put the Animus of Speed in the Animus of Will. And if we do that, we can have a quick 3-attack Animus. That'd be pretty good. Do we need a quick 3-attack Animus? Wouldn't be bad. Would not be bad. If we make them large stone, though, it's gonna be hard to put them behind the Sentient. So maybe we'd rather make them quick by default. Man, but like, it's so tempting to just give them plus 15 as far as stats are concerned. I think I'm gonna take the Thorn Hollow and put it into the Animus. We'll make one big unit, and if I have to go capacity, I have to go capacity. But you need the large stone. Burnout is gonna go on the Draft. Can't afford anything else, but what we afforded, what we bought, was very nice. Spikes 3. This does not matter. You're garbage, right? You do 1 attack? Oh, hell yeah. The other non-spiky hollow also gets the cultivate thing now, says word Gurg. Wait, really? I loved it that they buffed himself by 1/1 though. Made him a great tank. Now I gotta look. Congratulations, you made me wanna look. Also, Mighty Odin, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? They say, I hate physics. It's so dumb. Physics is wonderful. What are you talking about? Rejuvenate, cultivate 2. Okay. I thought it was gonna be cultivate 1. Cultivate 2? That's not that bad. I like it. Because here's the thing. Technically, the Awoken Hollow is better than it was. Because previously it was on Rejuvenate, add +1/+1 to that unit, the Awoken Hollow. But Cultivate 2 is a +2/+2 on a unit. So you get more value out of this Awoken Hollow now that he cultivates someone else. And if he's cultivating like a low health multi-striker in the back, you're getting, you know, extra damage out of the multi-strike. The +2 might be a +4 or +6 or +8. So that's very interesting. I kind of like it. Changes. Anyways, you gotta go down. You gotta go down. And might as well put you down. Might as well keep you from burning out. Now, I would like to get a Descend. I think we could get Descend or Dripfall, and that way maybe we can put more units behind the Animus and whatnot, which would be kind of nice. You gotta go, so it's gotta be like this. Could restore down here, could restore up here. I don't think it matters. I think I'll just restore here then. I should have played Bramble Lash. I think it would have gotten a kill. Boom, 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 boom. Also, please die. Now, this boss is gonna have spikes, right? Might be worth putting sap on the Animus. I know I'm spreading it out, but I want to make sure the Animus doesn't die. Okay, you don't even have spikes. Never mind. What am I talking about? Oh well, it doesn't matter. If it was a spikes boss, I think that would have been correct because the Animus would have taken a lot of damage. Pyre Grow. Draw -2 next turn, +1 energy per turn for the rest of battle. Sting or Sharpen. Sharpen would be good for buffing the Animus, admittedly, but ideally we would just like hold over Razor Sharp Edge, and that might be a good way of doing it. Even a holdover Wicklash, we could use that on the Animus if we really wanted to go for attack. I don't think we need spikes though. Our tank is gonna have enough spikes. This card is gonna be a little bit too expensive. Sting for more draw is okay, but it's not super important. Frontline units tend to be tanky and 10 damage doesn't really matter, and we're not building into stings yet. And Pyre Grow is kind of bad with the draw -2 next turn. We need the energy for we need the cards draw for other things. The energy is like whatever. I think we're gonna skip this. Bung, 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 bung. Molded is something that I was thinking about. Resin removal is also nice to remove debuffs and buffs. I mean, that would be good on Seraph when they start sapping us, but I think the molded is what we want, just to make sure that we can bring back, you know, our draft or something if they die. I might, you know what? I think we should duplicate the Animus. Eventually, maybe we can get them all down onto the same floor. We might want to duplicate the draft, but I think I'd rather duplicate the Animus and then have 2 Animuses and maybe we can push them down to the same floor. Also, before we do anything, let's also consider what the heck are we going to do with our upgrades. A Dreg into a draft is actually very nice, +10/+10 burnout too. And then if we could do that and then double the draft. So they'll have multi-strike burnout 4, and then they can be receptive to buffs. No, we want to put this in the Animus first. We should do that and then duplicate the Animus. Yes. Yes, that's what we're gonna do. Oh. Okay, let's do that first. Upgrade a spell to cost -2. Cheaper Bramble Ash would be kind of nice. Now, we're gonna put the Thorn Hollow into the Animus. A 33 × 3, 58 spikes 10 unit by default is pretty good. And then we can also dupe the unit for a cheap cost. Instead of getting, because it costs 25 to do the merging, we'll dupe it for 10. Or, sorry, we'll dupe it for 15, which saves us 10. But before we do that, let's go to the Concealed Caverns and maybe upgrade it with +40, +40. No, we can add Purge to it. Damn it. Well, if we're gonna purge someone, we should probably purge a Train Steward or Dreg. Probably the Train Stewards. So, we'll purge a Train Steward. There's no reason not to take it and just do it. Although I would have loved that to have been a buff for our Animuses. Instead, I think we're just gonna dupe it. It's a good unit to have, even if it is on its own. And again, as soon as we get, hopefully, some sort of Descend cards, we can build around it a little bit more easily. It is very hard to work with them now because they are 4 capacity. But whatever, we'll put, we'll just put the, we'll put the oh my lord. I don't know what we're gonna do, okay? We'll start with this. Put you there. Put you there. I could burn you out. If I burn him out, I could start molding him back and replaying him. You think that would work? I'd rather just bring back the drafts and dregs when they come out. I don't wanna make these guys die, you know? End turn. Lifesteal? You have lifesteal? You have a lot of lifesteal. You did take 100 damage though. I think this fight is gonna be fine. Future fights, we might start having some problems. This fight should be okay. Well, that's my turn. They do deal 99 damage each, which is like pretty sweet. You know, floor capacity might be what I want, because if I get floor capacity, I could put an Animus behind a Sentient immediately. Now that I think about it, I feel like that might be ideal. Might as well let you tank a hit. Okay, there's another 100 damage done. Here's another 100 damage in a second. Where is the freaking draft? He's like, hasn't shown up yet. I'm tempted to like sap one of my animuses so that they can live a little bit longer. Then again, things are going like just fine. I'm not really paying attention to these big units that are making it up, but they're dying. They'll die. They're dying fast enough. -4, -8. It is hard to find a good time to get in there with a heal or something. Why are you dying? You're taking 2, then you're gonna take 9, then we're taking 9 and 12. Ah, we're gonna get pushed to the back, which is annoying. That's fine. Why'd you have to get to the front? Jerk. Well, at least you're gonna take some more damage. You know what? Give me the Train Steward. 174 damage, burn you out, 224 damage, beautiful. You didn't kill my unit, did you? No, you died on me because I have spikes. That's good. All right, I think we need capacity. If we get capacity, we'd put the Animus behind the tank and then buff them. That seems like a good idea. Restore a unit to full health and then swap. Consume cards to add a draft, or apply 4x and burn out 4 to friendly units. I do see that got a buff. Adaptive mutation. I mean, making an Animus a 50 times 33 is pretty decent, and then you can just keep buffing the attack after that. Or if you buff its attack, you can then swap and then, you know, give it more health and keep buffing it. It could be very interesting. This card does consume. Doesn't really work on anyone else though. I don't think we want it. I don't think we want adaptive mutation here. The full health is nice, but we can get other full health cards, I hope. Wax and Spike could be interesting for the buff and burnout, but again, I don't necessarily want to burn out the Animuses. I'd rather burn out the Giraffe and put it just like somewhere. This is a strange one, but I think we might just take nothing. Adaptive mutation can at least keep someone alive. Hey, Twigbreaker, thank you for the resub for 31 months, and hello, welcome to the stream. You weren't here earlier, I had to ban a bot for you. Consume cards add a draft in hand, plus 10 attack for each card consumed. What would we consume? Like, dregs, dead weights, restores, train stewards. I wouldn't mind consuming a lot of those cards. Adaptive mutation. This is such a hard choice because the choices are just very tough. I don't want to swap the attack and health of my Sentient, but swapping the attack and health of the Animus could result in it being stronger, but for 2 energy, is it worth it? I don't know, it's probably better than nothing, so you know what, I'll take it. And then we have another opportunity to take some of these. Plus 15, large, and rejuvenate, cultivate 10. Cultivate 2. Cultivate 10 would have been amazing. Rejuvenate, cultivate 2. Putting an Awoken Hollow on an Awoken Hollow would be amazing. Do we want to meld more units? The only thing I really want to meld is a dreg and a draft to make the draft live a little bit longer. I want to upgrade the Animuses, but they already have Thorned Hollows inside of them. These would have been better, because I don't really care about them having spikes, but I don't think we need another tank. Although, but like, to be fair, having another tank would be nice. But we have a tank. It's called our champion, who has a lot of health and who's going to have a lot more health as time goes on. Without having a descend, I don't know if I really want one of these, but I should probably take one. Rejuvenate, cultivate 2, 15 spikes. I mean, you know, I'll take one. And then we will go capacity. I had to think about it, but you know what? In case we need it, we have it now. There we go. It's my decision, and I'm sticking with it. I could get another unit. We don't need another unit. Although if I get another unit, maybe I could put this Awoken Hollow on somebody else, but I think we'll put the Dreg in the draft. But we can wait on that until, like, the very end. I don't think we need to worry about the drafts right now. I think I'd rather just get an artifact. Consume have a 50% chance to be discarded. Friendly units gain Rage 3 whenever they lose a stack of Burnout. That's interesting. So they would gain either 6 attack or 4 attack, depending on how the Rage, what the order of operations is. They gain attack as they lose their Burnout, and if I keep a draft alive, they'll just keep gaining more and more attack every turn. That is very interesting. As far as consume cards go, though, we don't consume cards. Well, no, we actually do with the saps. You know, I'd like to have more regen, so I'll take it. Spikes 20, cultivate 1. Draw 1 each turn. You think we want to move to cultivating? I'm gonna check something real quick. When you go from cultivating 2 to 3, you gain 80 health. When you go from spikes 2 to 3, you gain 60 health. Gaining more health is probably better than the spikes, but honestly, having more spikes is good because then it'll kill those like multi-hitting units that we're gonna have a hard time with killing in the future. I do like drawing 1 card each turn after the first turn. The cultivate will buff units. This is probably going to be worth more health in the long term, though, but it's very tempting. It's very tempting to draw 1 more card each turn to buff a unit whenever you take damage to give them more attack. It's very good. I think I'm just going to go spikes, though. It's a good way of just doing damage, and so I'm just going to take that. Upgrade a spell to cost -2. No. Magic power and piercing, no. Sacrifice a unit and put it into another unit. Yes, but not now. We'll do that later. Although I could put the hollow into the draft, but I like the dreg into the draft to make it burn out longer. But I don't want to do it now because it's going to make it too hard. We'll worry about that later. Enemy units appear on each floor. Who cares? That's like next to no damage. That's less damage than the rage units will do. No, it's 1 more damage than the rage units will do. I forget the math. Not like we're not gonna kill them anyways, because we did get the animus. So, sentient. Animus. Might as well buff the animus. And I should put down the draft. We could put him at the top, that'll Ember Drain us. I'll just put him here. And if he dies, he dies. I know that those guys are gonna live and make it up, but then maybe I can kill him with like some dregs. Well, I did get a dreg. You know what, this is perfect. Dreg, Animus. Now we're gonna lose the Ember Drain when this guy dies and get all of the goodies from that top floor. Now, we are gonna take a lot of damage. But this is also why I wanted the spikes, because the multi-strikers that we get, especially when you have pact shards, they're very annoying. I want the spikes to make sure I can kill these units before they kill me. Woken Hollow. Might as well play it. Might as well mold back our draft, and we can put the draft behind the Hollow or behind the Animus. I'd rather put my heals on the Sentient, so I think we'll put the draft behind the Animus, although it will cost us Ember. I don't know, maybe I'll put you here. Maybe I'll put you there. You're taking 149. Well, that'll kill you. I could change you to a 75, 15. Doesn't seem the best. I'd really like to just kill you with Bramble Lash. Oh, you know what? That's also a good reason to bring the Spikes card, or to bring the Spikes champion. He works with Bramble Lash. Bramble Lash. Why do you say Animus instead of Aminus? It's Animus. I'm saying Animus with an N first. Animus. Animus of speed. No, it's the will, actually. The Animus of speed is the quick one. I mean, I could just swap your stats. If I do this, you'll die. I think I'd rather just kill you and restore. I guess. Everything's going just fine. You're slowly burning out. Hopefully I'll get to you in a minute. And you're all dead. All right, well, you know. More power to me, I suppose. How come I had no energy that turn? That was strange. I only had 2 energy. Did something happen that cost me energy? I don't know. It's strange. Also, Reshi, hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing? What's the new clan? It is the Wormkin, although I'm not playing with the Wormkin because I just randomed. But the Wormkin clan has been a lot of fun so far. I've been having a good time with it. Restore 1 health, gain 1 energy, draw 1 card next turn, and Graft is kinda trash, but it is at least interesting. But I need bigger heals. I guess you could make Engraft have like plus 10 magic power, but if I'm gonna put magic power in or consume on spells, I'll do it on my basic restores. I don't need these. Remove all burnout and debuff effects from a unit. Gain 1 soul, extinguish, deal damage to enemy units equal to 15 times the soul count. We have this Waxer Snuffer, but unfortunately we haven't picked up too many opportunities at taking extinguish units. And this is not what I'm looking for, I don't think. I do like Wickless Recruitment for like the draft or something, but if I'm just gonna continuously buff them with Wicklash, then, you know, they're gonna have burnout. I guess I could like hold over this card. Oh, punch my desk. That way we can remove sap, and then if I do put burnout on someone, I can just remove the effect so that they stay alive for a little bit longer. I don't know, this is a very interesting one though. Cause like I could burn out the Animuses and then stop the burnout, or like resummon them with more burnout and then Wickless Recruitment them so that they don't have their burnout anymore, but that just seems a little bit too finicky, right? But it's like an interesting card that maybe we can make work. And it's just 1 card. I'll probably take card draw after this, too, instead of energy. We need to upgrade our units. We have 2 Animuses and a draft that need further upgrades, so I think that's what we're gonna get. It is tempting to go for an artifact plus spells. Oh, it's like real tempting. The next time we can upgrade units, though, is here. I'd prefer to do card removal, duplication, Merchant of Magic at the very end, but we have an opportunity for a Merchant of Magic there, opportunity for a Merchant of Magic there. I think we gotta go unit in that case. This is our last opportunity for a free artifact, but I think we have enough money that we can probably just upgrade whatever we want or buy artifacts even here necessarily if we want. Ah, but there's also like a Concealed Cavern. Concealed Caverns are kind of fun. The problem is just I don't know what to upgrade as far as spells go. I'd rather upgrade the units. Multi-strike 2, spikes 10. Another large stone would be fun. Another multi-strike, quick would be good. There's a lot of good options for unit upgrades. We'll go there. It's not worth that much for the health, but yeah, okay. 1 will be quick. We'll upgrade the draft with a little bit more burnout to keep him alive. Then we'll do a little reroll. Endless. Now that's an interesting one. It would be nice to endless a extinguished unit, but we don't have one. I don't think we want endless on any of these. Plus 10 attack we could just put on the Animus, 43 times 3. I think I'm gonna do that just to kind of be done with it, you know? Now I'm done with the unit, I don't need to upgrade him anymore. I'll remove a couple of train stewards. I'll save my money for future shops. I'm not gonna use the boons though. We have more things coming up that we can take advantage of. Okay. Spikes 4, does not matter. Let's go for an artifact. The merchants are the only things that look kind of off in this game. Hello, lemons! The merchants are weird cat people, aren't they? Also, Zerg Psychotic, welcome as well. How are you doing? I think I want to sap my sentient. These units are gonna do a lot of damage, which is highly annoying, but there's nothing we can do about it. I think we gotta do it like this. The spikes are also gonna be slightly annoying to deal with, but we'll deal with it. Molded can't work on anybody. We are taking a lot of damage, but quick. You can go down. The units they're at least all dying, which is nice. You might as well tank for her, honestly. So try to keep our Animus healed up, or Sentient rather. Sentient, Animus, yeah. You know, that one. You're gonna live and make it up. But we'll keep just stacking the regen. It turns out this is actually a relatively easy method of going about things. I'm just playing base level restores over and over again, waiting for the draft to show up. All of our good cards, or all the interesting cards are at the bottom of the deck, unfortunately, here. But that'll kill one unit. Adaptive Mutation, though, will buff and heal. I feel like the buff and heal is probably worth a little bit more. It also preserved. I completely forgot about that. You're gonna make it up to the top floor, but you're making it up anyways. I do need a heal. You know what I need? I need that card that heals to full. That's what I need. We're guaranteed to get Wickless Recruitment, so I actually don't mind Wicklashing to buff the attack of the Animus, because we can remove the burnout next turn. Why not? Why not? We don't need a draft. Give me the Animus. Now you do have Lifesteal and Sweep, which is highly annoying. As a result, I think that I am going to buff you with a little bit of regen. Now we're doing 754, we'll do it again. We should have played this first. Should have played the Wicklash and then removed the debuffs. That is my bad. Very, very much my bad. But you're almost dead. We do have the draft, but oh, the draft can live for one turn. We're doing some damage. We're doing more damage. We're doing more damage. I'm dumping a dreg. You'll die on the top floor. It's just annoying that you even made it that far, you know? If I got in the mold one turn earlier too, I could have put down an Animus or a tank or something. Jeter's Hand, that's actually a pretty good card. Draw one and then put one on your draw pile at the beginning of every turn. So you can get a hand of 6 and then have one card for next turn. We need a wake, we need a heal. Resolve, restore 5 health to friendly units is very interesting, but I just would rather have a card that does it. Extinguish, return a random defeated unit to your hand and apply plus 40. That's real interesting. We could try to like let an Animus die and then let this guy die and then bring an Animus back with plus 40. Considering we have 2 Animuses, maybe that's an interesting way of playing this, you know? I could even make another Animus if I really wanted to. Am I okay having 3 Animuses? We don't need 3 Animuses. I need to lower an Animus down to like the bottom floor. We'll go left. Start removing more things like a train steward and a dreg. Holdover. Magic power holdover. I could make a restore, holdover, and heal 30 every turn. That's pretty good. I could also make the awake cost 2 and hold over every turn. I could make the bramble lash hold over every turn and only cost 1, and that is a lot of damage every turn. The problem is though on the Divinity fight when the enemies all have spell shield, I won't be able to do anything with it. Unless I give it piercing. Piercing holdover and cost 2 though is a little bit much. I'm also a little bit wary about spending this many packed shards this early. What's the most important card for us to hold over? It's either Razor Sharp. It's either Razor Sharp, Molded, Bramble Lash, or a heal. Awake is a very good heal. You can stack up a lot of regen on it too. Maybe that's what we want, just like an Awake. Every turn costs 2. It's expensive as hell, but it gets the job done. Razor Sharp Edge would buff the damage of our Animus, but the Awake would be able to keep our unit alive every turn. Ronnie, welcome, how's it going? It's your birthday tomorrow. Well, happy birthday tomorrow. Your birthday's on the same day that the Isaac DLC comes out. You must be extremely excited. Also welcome, Lichui Kalakas. How are you doing? Late again, darn. Yeah, you're 2 hours late, so you can't blame daylight savings time either. So I'm thinking about what to hold over, and I don't know. A holdover Wicklash is interesting because if we stack the burnout, then it doesn't, like if we stack enough burnout, a unit will live forever, right? So if we stack a Wicklash, we can buff a unit for 0 cost every turn, and then increase their damage significantly. That does seem pretty good. I mean, we know that we do want to stack offense in this manner. I do think that stacking the Awakes though might be, like stacking some sort of like turn over turn heal might be a little bit more important, but this is a way of stacking damage over and over again, which I like. And we could do it via Wicklash, or we could do it with Razor Sharp Edge. I like the idea of maybe stacking this up on, you know, I like it because maybe we can remove the burnout effects, but I don't like it because, yeah, we're gonna have burnout on our units. This weakens our units though. I'm gonna upgrade this Wicklash with holdover. I want the damage every turn. Magic power we're gonna put on restores. Double stack, it doesn't really matter. Double stack regen is interesting. Might be worth it, but let's start with the Awake. We should spend our money. Well, let's start here, I guess, with the restore. Man, regen 10 is very good. This is way too expensive. You know, give me regen 10, sap, and then let's make it cost 1. We're probably always gonna play it when it shows up anyways. And I think I'm gonna skip the temple. We'll go to the next 2 temples. 30 magic power on like a restore or something is kind of interesting. Magic piercing on the Bramble Lash does seem interesting. It's only 10 pack shards and it'll go through all of the spell shield. Man, that's really good. I'm gonna do it. As for this, well, I did say extinguish plus 20, so you can put that on the draft, burn them out, and bring them back over and over again. Interesting. I was saying that maybe putting the drag on the draft could be interesting, but if the draft dies now, I don't care because of the Formless Child, so now we just have kind of an Awoken Hollow we're not doing anything with. I could put the Awoken Hollow on something to make it 15-15 and plus 1, but we can just do that later. I'm gonna leave. I'm leaving. There's a lot more to consider now that they've added in the whole packed shard system. You have to consider what you could get in the future, what's coming up in the future, how many pack shards you're gonna get in the future, what benefits you the most now, and it's a frickin' mess is what it is. What do we want next turn? Probably the Molded. This turn we're gonna be playing the Sentient, a Quick Animus, which is all right. And I honestly think a Bramble Lash is good because then we can kill the Clipped Guardian before they can even move up. So that does mean that we're taking some damage, but oh well. Next turn, what do we want? Probably an Awake. Because we're gonna live on this turn, but next turn is gonna be, we're gonna be a little low on health. So I think we're gonna start with an Adaptive Mutation here. Buffs our damage a lot. We'll put down an Animus essentially just wherever we can. We need to make sure we have enough energy for the heal next turn. And now we'll just keep stacking up the heal if we can. Next turn, what do we want? You know? 10, 21. Next turn, let's have this this Awake. This turn I want to get the Draft, Sap, and Wicklash out. Oops, sorry, select. And we can even hold this over and start buffing the Animus of Will with Quick. That's actually pretty nice. Oh, we're not even taking any damage because we're killing everything. Beautiful. So yeah, I want the Draft out. I want to start healing. The Drag I don't want to play even though it's going to be annoying. And then we're just going to start buffing the damage of our Animus, and they're going to get Burnout, but we're going to get that card every single turn. And then eventually we'll just remove the Burnout, and then if we want to, we can start focusing on another unit. We'll dump the Restore here. Probably just play the Awake, start stacking up the Regen, keep Wicklashing. If I need to, I can alternate who gets the buff of Burnout. But once we get Wickless Recruitment, we can keep the Draft alive. Or maybe we prefer the Draft to die so we have something to do with it. No, no, no. No, 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 no. This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna heal you. I'm gonna remove... I'm gonna let you burn out, Draft. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buff your Burnout. And then I think I'm just gonna put out a Formless Child to die? No, we need this next turn. I did this one turn too early. If I play it up here, it's just gonna die immediately. But maybe that's okay, because we can mold it back. And I have the energy for it now. All right, you know what? You're gonna die. And you're gonna give me back 2 units. Hooray. But like, in theory, if I could kill a unit and then play the Formless Child, I could get 2 units back and they could have a lot of health and whatnot. I'm thinking. I'm trying to figure out how to make this this Tomb unit work for me. Just a card to return. We don't want the Hollow. Like, I just straight up don't want the Hollow, but I also just don't want the Hollow. So, buff. You're gonna die. Buff. Build up more Restore, build up more Restore. You might as well tank. Yeah. 1 wave remaining. Don't really care about Wickless Recruitment this turn. We'll take it next turn when we can remove the Burnout. Just in case we, it keeps preserving. I completely forgot about Wing Clippings. That's amazing. That's so good. Being able to constantly replay things that give us a heck heck of a lot of regen is quite nice. Drag it, get out of here. Okay, so burnout, remove burnout, and then buff your regen. 5 is better than 3, so there you go. Hell yeah. So this might be a bit of a classic build where we just kind of buff regen on our tank and keep them alive over and over again, and we have the ability to do that now that we have this consume regen card in our deck. You just take channel song. Energy, card draw, or capacity. Capacity doesn't really matter right now. Without a descend, you know, we're limited in what we can play. Although 1 more capacity does mean we could play a draft on the bottom floor with our champion, but we don't care about that because we're just buffing up the Animus anyways. Card draw would be nice to get more things, but our spells, some of our spells are kind of expensive. Bramble Lash, Adaptive Mutation, Awake. I'd like to have more energy to play them, but I think I'm gonna go for the card draw, and I'll focus on upgrading spells to make them cheaper. We should have a numerous opportunities to do that in the future, including right here. So we'll do that. Remove garbage, aka dregs. And we'll just make as many spells cheap as we possibly can. As for you, I think we just want spikes. I want the base health, and the damage is also nice. This is +1 card draw and cultivate, of course, but yeah, I think we just want bristling. We also have that spikes damage card that we want to use. Burr, burr, burr. Tim in Tennessee, welcome! How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Hope you are having a good day. And Mud, welcome back. How are you doing? What do we want to hold over? We want to hold over a good card. What is a good card? Molded is an interesting choice because we can bring back drafts, but our units aren't dying that much. Bramble Lash is an interesting choice because it does do so much damage. It does 400 damage right now, piercing. Being able to play that every turn would be beautiful. We can't make it any cheaper though, but we can make other spells cheaper to maybe make this a little bit more playable. I would love to have a high damage piercing spell every turn, so you know what? We're gonna upgrade that. Awake, I'm gonna make this cost 1. I'm not gonna spend 60 to do the reroll though. It's a little much. Upgrade a spell to cost -2. Oh, you know what? I think what we're gonna do is make this Awake free. That's nice. And then, are we going to merge and meld units? We could, but we have another opportunity to do this after this fight. We can do it right here at this Divine Temple, so let's not do it right now. Let's wait on it. Yeah, 80 pack shards is enough for me, you know? Well, Burke asks, what does holdover do? Holdover means if you play the card, you get it every turn. When played, this card is placed on top of your draw pile next turn. So with holdover, you get it every turn. Once you get it the first time, and then you get it every turn. So you can have it literally every turn. It's a beautiful card. I like it. Enemy units appear on each floor. It's actually not that bad. We'll just start on the top floor. We'll Ember Drain ourselves by 1, but we'll kill everything. It's gonna hurt, but it's gonna hurt them too. What if we put an Animus back and we try to draw it with Channel Song? It's not the worst idea in the world. It's not the worst idea in the world. We got the draft instead. It's still pretty good. We still need to do it like this though. But they're not gonna make it to the pyre anymore. We'll keep. You're gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, we'll start stacking up the regen. It preserved. It's a good regen too. Next turn, what do we want? We should probably play the Animus. Bramble Lash, I don't think we need it right now. Adaptive mutation, I think, would be better to play on this turn. So let's dump Bramble Lash. We also don't have a lot of energy. So yeah, we'll do it like this. Well, am I gonna play the Animus? If I do, I won't be able to play Adaptive Mutation, but that's still fine. It's fine. Maybe we do want this next turn. You have 240. Health, huh? I'm not going to be able to kill you if you make it up. I need to put down the Animus on this turn. Or I could just play this up here when you get up here next turn. Okay, so you know what? We'll bring this back next turn, Bramble Lash. We'll kill this guy every time he moves up. And on this turn, we are going to buff... You know, I think maybe we don't play the Animus. If we have the Bramble Lash every turn, we don't need it. I think we do this. Also, 170, this 180 health champion is pretty good. I think we just do this. And then you sweep, so it's a good opportunity to get rid of some dregs. Might as well just remove the debuffs. We're gonna let that that Animus just kind of chill out. Channel Song did get consumed, so we have to draw the card again in order to play it. Formless Child can bring back a Draft and a Dregs. That's worth playing, but we need to play Bramble Lash in order to kill this guy. Unless we can kill him on our turn, I don't think we can. I don't want to get Ember Drained. I'd rather kill him than to get Ember Drained. So you know what, Formless Child, we'll use that next turn. Because right now this guy's got to go. At least we have that card every turn now, right? Keep buffing the Wicklash. Keep awakening. Molded could bring back a Draft, a Dreg, or Dreg. I'd rather bring back a unit than... because it'll die. I'd rather do this than just spend one energy on one regen. At least we get this guy stronger. Okay. We do need Bramble Lash. What do we not need? I guess you don't need Formless Child. We don't have the energy to play all these cards, I'm realizing. You are burning out, but we're gonna solve that problem. We're gonna buff your damage too. Yeah, I think we just say that the Formless Child is not what we need here. What we need is just keep playing these Bramble Lashes every turn. And I'll keep buffing the regen whenever possible. I know what we're gonna be fighting. We're gonna be fighting an enemy that does like 50 damage on a hit. I want to make sure we can survive it and sustain it. So goodbye, Formless Child, once again. So long, my good friend. Keep buffing you. Now, you're not dead. However, now you will be, and we're not even gonna get Ember Drained. Keep buffing the regen, preserved again. Should be around about the time we're gonna hit an Awake. Just need to kill this guy with the Bramble Lash, and then we're in the clear. We can dump the card. The card. Dump you. Keep buffing. I might even not want to remove the burnout debuff, because if I do that, then eventually you might die in like one turn. You living 5 turns means that the boss will die, so I kind of don't want to mess with this. I'd rather just do that. And then do I want to bring back another mold unit? We actually could. We actually could. You know what? Let's do that. Now we'll bring back the Draft, who's a 50 times 2, burnout 5, but what we'll do is we'll remove his burnout, and then we'll put something in front of him so he can hit the boss ideally. And we got the Animus too, which is ideal. I don't want you to Ember Drain me, because if you Ember Drain me, you're gonna hit the Pyre. One buff means that you kill him, and then you're gonna kill him. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna say no to the Formless Child again, but there's a reason for this. There's a reason for it. Bramble Lash. Now you're both dead. No. Now you're both dead because of spikes, but now you're both dead because of the quick. We'll put down you as a tank. 43 times 3, 55. I mean, it's actually worth more if you attack before this guy does. We'll put you in the back. The draft will tank for you. Buff you. Did 300 damage, which is pretty decent. Bramble Lash is still probably worth holding on to, because if we put down a Formless Child, there's not going to be capacity for anything, so there's no point in having this guy out. I can't kill him. Actually, I can kill him. Yo, I can kill him. It's going to cost all of my energy, but I can totally kill him. I'd rather just... It's funny, because what I could do is I could play him, use the card that lowers his health by 2, and then I'd bring back either an Animus, a Draft, or 2 Dregs. 2 of those 4 units at random. How much damage do you do? 44. You're gonna take 300 damage a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? We're gonna win. So let's do it. Let's see what happens. We'll have Bramble Lash next turn. On this turn, we're gonna do a, well, Wicklash. We're gonna do a Formless Child into a Razor Sharp Edge. They still cost 1 because they didn't get reformed. But it's an 83 times 3 Animus, which is pretty dope. Okay, but now that I know that, I'll try to keep that in mind. 500 damage. It does not actually make the card free, because that's what the reform does, and when you play that that tomb unit that explodes and brings back units, it doesn't reform them technically. Restoring Retreat is literally the card I've been waiting for the entire run. Don't need any of this. I think we're gonna go spell upgrades, because I want to make Restoring Retreat free. I've realized we have an energy problem. This helps to resolve that, because I have to play this card to lower units basically every time it shows up. So we need to go spell upgrade path. I know that we have unit upgrades available on our units, but this is so much more important. Sting spells. When you draw any non-champion, its cost is randomized between 1 and 3. Oh, it's freaking volatile gauge. When you play a unit, random card in hand is reduced to 0 until played or discarded. Flicker Licker is amazing. Now the dregs kind of have a bit of a use, but I'd still like the Formless Child to hit specific units, so I am still gonna remove them. And then, you know, another double stack on the Wildwood Sap does seem kind of interesting. It's a little expensive, but we can totally make it work. Just to stack up as much regen as possible. -1 on Restoring Retreat. Magic Power and Consume on a Restore. -1 on Restoring Retreat. I think this has to be done. Remove Consume doesn't matter because cards might not be consumed. Purge card. I don't need 2 Wicklashes. I don't really need Wickless Recruitment. I thought maybe I would, but I don't need 2 Wicklashes. I could remove one of these. It's still nice to play to buff attack, though. What do we not need? We don't need an Awoken Hollow. This was a bad choice. I'm gonna remove that one. I'm an idiot. I was supposed to meld him. That's fine. It's fine. It actually is fine. Upgrade a spell to cost -2, because I can still get around it. It's just I'm a little stupid. Extinguish +20 attack on a draft. That is pretty good, because then it'll give him +40 attack when he dies. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, let's do that. Sack. It puts us over the unit limit anyways. Well, actually, hold up. I can either do that or duplicate a card. +15, it's not enough. I could still duplicate a card. But I think we want to put the Formless Child into the draft, because that's kind of interesting. It's gonna take a long time until I can mold it back, but then I don't have to worry about killing units and bringing them back, you know? What's the other option here? Upgrade a spell to cost -2. Yeah, you know what? Screw it. Put the Formless Child into the draft. We're gonna make a super draft. We're at 105, which is perfect. Let's do this. I'm out of money too. Well, we should still duplicate a card. No, don't duplicate that card. I think probably duplicating and restoring retreat is the way to go. That way we can build up one floor very quickly. Whiplash is also a good choice because we can stack up the damage. We can stack it up early. Consume regen is also a very interesting choice to stack up as much regen as possible. But ideally, you know, those will whip around very quickly. Another channel song for a chance at +20/+20 on a unit. Considering our limited number of units, that is not bad. It's not a bad idea. It only applies the buff once though. This applies the buff many times with Whiplash. Let's get the Whiplash going around. It's free. Okay. I like this. I like this. Didn't have a reroll of the artifact shop, but Flicker Licker, I think, solves a little bit of my energy problem, at least early. So, what do we want next turn? Next turn, I think I would like an Awake, because it's not that good on this turn. We're also going to start building... We can start building at the bottom. Against the Divinity, we'll probably start in the middle, but against here, let's start here at the bottom. You know, this unit's only going to do 15 damage and then die instantly, so that's pretty good. We'll toss out a Quick. We'll toss out an Animus. I'd rather you didn't hit the Pyre, so I'll put you up here at the top. We'll be Ember Drain, but that's okay. Buff. Buff. Consume Heal. I don't want to use the Consume Heal. It costs 0, but I think it still costs 0. Maybe not. Because it wasn't really discarded, you know? Okay, we do not need a regen right now, so the Awake can wait. The Ember Drain is slightly annoying, but only slightly. Taking 55 damage. Get the regen out. Let's get the Draft out. Still taking 45 damage, but that's what the regen card is for next turn, I think. I want the Draft out so that they die. Oh, and we got the regen card for free. I forgot about that. Do we need Bramble Ash? I wouldn't mind it, because this guy is gonna live. What are we not gonna play? We can't play the Sap. But the regen is super important. I think I'd rather let you live and not play Bramble Ash, but it's such a good card. We need it out. But we need the regen up too. You know, we can probably stall on Bramble Ash. Waiting for it to cycle around. It might take a couple of turns, but I really want to keep stacking the regen. And it preserved. You're okay. And now we have 2 of these holdovers. Actually, you know what? You're dead. Of course. I forgot that both of those were holdovers and they would increase the damage by 10. Oh, and we also got Bramble Ash next turn because that's what we do. I gotta remember what's going on here. What we do not need is Adaptive Mutation. That's a card we can dump till next turn. Restoring Retreat. I would love to bring the Animus down. I think they're actually okay up there because they're killing. They're crushing it. You're just gonna keep buffing. Kill one of you. I could toss out a heal, but again, I don't really want to toss out a heal. You know, I think I'll lower you so I can do more damage to Seraph. That didn't really seem to do any more damage to you. Oh, because they were dying to the spikes. It doesn't matter what order I do this in. In that case, what we should do is probably get rid of the Sap. That does increase the damage that we do. All right, I'm understanding what's going on now. It took a minute. We do have a channel song. 0 units are available though, so probably don't need that card this turn. If we buff the damage by 20, still not quite enough to kill you in a single hit, Mr. having 240 health. So I think we do need to play Bramble Ash. So let's play Adaptive Mutation next turn. Because that's not quite enough damage to kill the frontline unit in a single hit. Or in 2 hits, rather. We will mold. Our only mold unit. Channel Song, 0 available. Might as well try to get it to consume. And then we'll try to lower the draft down to the bottom, and he'll just be an extra unit. You're taking 155. That's good enough that I don't really care about Bramble Lashing you. We'll take that next turn. Instead, what we're gonna do this turn is keep buffing the burnout, keep buffing the regen, and then Razor Sharp seems like a pretty good call too. You're taking 185. You're not dead, but only barely. And this is the last turn. I would like it if that unit did not die though, so we're gonna try to make that happen. If you're all dying, I don't need Bramble Lash. We can save that for next turn. So you know what? Save that for next turn. A single heal on you is okay. Then, regen. 40 regen is probably enough. We probably don't need a single base level restore, so just give me a Wicklash. 20 burnout is more than enough. And you're dead. As expected. We don't need Channel Song. We also don't need Bramble Ash, but at least Bramble Ash is something that we can play because we have a lot of energy on this turn. So we'll keep stacking that regen and stacking that damage. 600 damage per turn, Animus of Will. Good enough. Also, while we wait for the boss to die, hello, welcome, Dare Nunu to the stream, and Emilio, welcome. We have enough shards, right? I'm always worried that I have accidentally not picked up enough shards. I just really want to make sure that I'm gonna hit the final fight. Maybe there should be an option of if you have less than 100, you just go up to 100 and then you get no value from them. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think? Huh? So this is an interesting one. I actually think I want to build on the middle floor. Because I'm thinking if we stall, maybe we can Animus into, maybe we can Channel Song into an Animus? But we do need to start the damage early, don't we? Trample. I also just, I like the 7x2. I like the fact that it's gonna do 80 damage per sentient hit. Plus 7 means that you're gonna do 28 damage versus 19. Maybe that is worth it to stay down here. You don't deal much damage on the bottom. Maybe we do start at the bottom. Maybe we do start here. That way we don't have to Ember Drain and then descend a unit. Ooh, what's the misclicking? Sometimes the game doesn't acknowledge your clicks correctly. It's like if the card is animating, like during this transition, it doesn't click correctly. But yeah, this is fine. It's awkward, but it's fine. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna Sentient. Please allow me to click on my champion. Now the game just won't let me play the champion. What's going on? I'm not joking. I can't play my unit. Is my mouse broken? Click and drag. Hello? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. No, keyboard key doesn't work. I literally can't play any cards. Oh, because I'm on choose a card to return! Oh. Okay, next turn, give me the Animus. Oh my god. Give me the Sentient on this turn, then give me the Animus. They gain +2 attack. Well, you're gonna gain a lot of attack. We don't need to play the restore yet, though. Almost all of them are dying. Not quite all of them, but almost all of them. Man, that was stupid. Sorry. Restoring Retreat needs to be played on this turn. I would love to stall for Channel Song, but Channel Song could just hit the draft. So for now, let's play the Animus. What card do we not want on this turn? We actually want them all, so we're gonna dump the Deadweight. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna Animus, Descend. This guy is gonna like make it up, but I think that's kind of just whatever. I don't think there's any way around it. Units are gonna make it up now until we get the draft out and can play him. Because we can't keep the units down here is the problem. Oh, this is like actually a very good turn. We can dump a Restore, and what we're gonna do is Channel Song. We can do it down here. We get a kick-ass draft, who's a 40 times 235, and now maybe we can actually stop these units that are making it up. We can't mold him on this turn, but that's okay. We can at least get him out there. Get a kill, you know, stop an enemy. On enemy. So heal. We'll start. Do I want to buff the quick unit or buff the Animus in the back? I think I'd rather buff the Animus in the back because it's gonna live longer in Relentless. I do hate that the units aren't making it up, but we have enough fire health that I'm not that concerned. As long as we mostly kill the units as they make it up. And you deal 7 damage. If you hit the pyre a few times, I don't really care. 35 health, 50 health, 58 health. Healing you could be okay. I don't think we need Adaptive Mutation at all. We do finally have Bramble Lash, so we can start using it. Awake needs to be played. It's free. Let's get that out. Get that out there. Bramble Lash could kill the Overcharge Apprentice, or it could just straight up kill this Clipped Reflector. You're dying in 1 hit, or sorry, 2 hits rather. I think I'm okay with the Discipled Inquisitor making it up. I'll Bramble Lash him next turn. So I think what we're gonna do is start here. Why does this not kill you? It's piercing. There's no spike unit on this floor. Okay, so we should really play this down here, now that I think about it. I've made my decision. Don't have the energy for a restore though, which I should have thought about. That's a bit of a mistake on my part. I'm making a couple of small mistakes. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna take some damage, but not that much. But I really should have played the restore. Would have helped a lot. We do not need Adaptive Mutation. We don't need Channel Song either, but I'd rather have this for next turn in case we need it. You making it up with 300 health does suck. So I will try to reform back our unit to deal with you. You also deal 11 damage in the back. I don't know if we're gonna live through this. We're taking too much damage because I'm not killing the units fast enough. I have 36 health left. I have to kill that unit on the top floor on this turn, and if I don't, we're probably gonna die. But you have 300 health. There's no way I can kill you, and I can't descend you or anything. So I think we are going to die due to this boss that doesn't follow the rules of Relentless, and I can't kill him. That's highly disappointing, but like, that is kind of just what you get, right? I don't know, there's a chance. There's a small chance. No, there's no chance. There's not enough damage. The champion almost died too. He's 92 health. Yeah, he's gonna kill me. Barely, but he killed me. They do so much damage. Up till this point, we were able to kill the units because, you know, if the units have 200, 400 health, that's a lot, but we can usually work through it, even the ones that are buffed. But when the enemy has almost 1,000 health every floor, I really do need to have units on every floor, and I'm realizing that now. Where was my Animus? Oh, my Animus was on the bottom floor. I had to think about it for a minute. Yeah, we just need to have more units on the floors. We should have probably duplicated an Animus earlier. Would have only done an extra 150 damage, but that would have been enough. So I need to focus a little bit more on the number of units. When we had Wildington, he was able to lock the units down, but when they were making it up and I don't have, you know, spammable floors, these units are going to get through. I don't know how to deal with them, honestly, other than just having it out of control, incredibly powerful run or Wildington. They just do so much damage. You have, if you kill them all on one floor, you have to do 1,000 damage per floor. More than that, because they have other enemies. That's insane. I don't know what to do. You know, we easily won against Sarah if we didn't take any damage, and then we get to the Last Divinity and we just die to a random unit that makes it up because they just have so much health. But it was still a fun run. What would we have done differently? Honestly, now that I think about it, we probably should have duplicated Bramble Ash, because we didn't have the energy for it. So you know what? We probably should have taken energy instead of card draw, duplicated Bramble Ash, and then had 2 of these every turn. That way we could have killed that unit. I didn't necessarily expect him to have a frontline unit blocking for him, but the 500 damage from Bramble Ash was not able to hit the big boy. Because our champion, I don't think our champion was going to die in Relentless. We had heals that we could chuck out there. We had a lot of regen out. Energy was the big problem. We were unable to play multiple expensive cards every turn, and then we weren't able to do enough damage to the big guy. So we'll have to work on that, you know, for the next run. But for now, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live. Support me on Twitch, Patreon, and Streamlabs, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Monster Train.